Today in Hong Kong, a massive ketamine bust reveals the sugar-coated truth about drug trafficking, and the Tai Po fire inquiry points to systemic failures as survivors demand accountability. Hey everyone, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Leah. Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day, with Leah and Garrett reporting from Hong Kong.
First up, Hong Kong customs officers have seized 131 kilograms of ketamine, cleverly disguised as sugar cubes, in a major drug bust. Here's the picture. In July, customs intercepted air cargo arriving from Germany. The shipment was declared as sugar cubes, but hid blocks of suspected ketamine inside. Ketamine, by the way, is a medical anesthetic that is also abused as a party drug. Officers flagged the parcel because the route looked odd for low-value goods. Air freight with multiple transfers is pricey, and that mismatch raised red flags. The haul is valued at about 51 million Hong Kong dollars. 3 men have been arrested. Authorities here coordinated with mainland Chinese counterparts, and that cross-border teamwork helped track the logistics and move in quickly.
That's so wild. Traffickers banking on the sweet cover of sugar cubes. It's audacious and dangerous. And real talk, international cooperation matters here. When routes crisscross countries, shared intel is what closes the loop fast. Why risk air freight for something labeled a cheap commodity, though?
Because complexity can blur the trail. If you stack transfers and move through hubs, you try to hide the origin, but that very complexity can tip off officers. In this case, that checks out. The odd route helped catch them.
Next up, an inquiry concludes that systemic failures are to blame for Hong Kong's deadliest fire since 1948. This is about the Tai Po disaster at Wong Fuk Court in November 2025. 168 people died, and about 5,000 residents were displaced. An independent inquiry chaired by Justice David Lok Kai Hong, a High Court judge, examined over 1 million files and heard from 80 witnesses. Lead counsel Victor Dawes SC, a senior barrister, outlined a litany of failures. Combustible materials piled up at the renovation site, and responsibilities between government departments were unclear. The fire spread across 7 of the 8 blocks during a 336 million Hong Kong dollars facade renovation. That price tag is the contract value for the exterior works. It is shocking that a safety-heavy project still became the setting for such a catastrophe.
It's brutal. When lines of responsibility are blurry, warnings fall through the cracks. 168 lives lost. That hits different. Improvements have to be more than memos. They need enforceable safety protocols and crystal-clear handoffs between departments. Otherwise, we'd just be hoping for luck next time, and that's not a plan. Next up, Tai Po fire survivors demand accountability amidst tears and anger. At the close of the inquiry hearings, survivors spoke out after 30 sessions across 4 months. Many said departments kept passing the buck. They shifted blame instead of owning mistakes. Yip Kakui, a former resident who lost his wife, said the final report will be the real start of finding truth and justice. And the closing remarks by lead counsel Victor Dawes were unexpectedly moving. Even in a legal setting, the human weight of the tragedy came through.
I feel that grief and anger can sit side by side and should not be ignored. The survivors' call is simple: accountability. If multiple agencies failed, then name it, fix it, and support the people who were displaced. And yes, the report expected later this year needs to be clear and specific, not vague promises. Next up, the Tai Po fire sparks a call to merge the Housing Bureau's independent checking unit with the Buildings Department. Here's what that means. The Independent Checking Unit, or ICU, is a regulatory team under the Housing Bureau that reviews building works in certain housing projects. The Buildings Department is the city's main building safety regulator. Residents and some legal representatives now suggest merging them to reduce overlap and close the communication gaps the inquiry exposed. The idea is straightforward: one chain of command, fewer handoffs, and faster decisions, especially during renovations like the ones happening when the fire broke out.
I'm down for that. One accountable unit, fewer emails in the void. It sounds practical, and it could save lives. Why hasn't that already happened, though?
Mergers take legal changes in time, agencies are built for specific mandates, and aligning rules can be slow. But when systemic defects are on the record, urgency should beat inertia. If a merger is the cleanest fix, then put timelines on it and move.
Last up, 138 Garden Regency flats sold out amid high demand, even with a market slowdown. Sun Hung Kai Properties, the city's largest developer by market value, moved all 138 units in the first batch of its Garden Regency project in Kam Tin North, Yuen Long. Prices ranged from about 3.93 million Hong Kong dollars to 5.88 million Hong Kong dollars, with discounts up to 16%. Developers are bracing for higher interest rates. Mortgages could cost more, so they are sharpening pricing and launching in smaller, faster-selling batches.
Honestly, I'm surprised they sold out that fast given the outlook. But discounts change the math. Lower the entry price and keep the first batch tight, and demand can pop. Bigger picture, we may see more calibrated launches, flexible incentives, and a focus on end-user units over luxury. That's where the steady demand lives when rates rise.
Thanks for tuning in to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett, reporting from Hong Kong.
Stay informed, stay safe, and join us again tomorrow for more news updates.